Hello everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most epic moments in human space exploration history, NASA's Artemis II Lunar Flyby. This wasn't just another mission. This was humanity's triumphant return to the moon after more than 50 years. On April 1st, 2026, 4 brave astronauts blasted off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard NASA's most powerful rocket ever, the Space Launch System, SLS. Inside the Orion spacecraft, they proudly named Integrity. For the first time since Apollo 17 in 1972, humans left low Earth orbit and flew around the moon. No landing, no orbit. Just a daring, high-speed lunar flyby that pushed the boundaries of what's possible. They broke records, saw sights no human eyes had ever witnessed before, and brought back data that will pave the way for the first woman and first person of color to walk on the lunar surface in Artemis III. This is the story of Artemis II, the mission that proved we're not just going back, we're going forward. Buckle up, because this 10-day journey was pure adrenaline. Let's meet the heroes who made history. Commander Reed Wiseman, a veteran NASA astronaut on his second flight, leading with calm precision and a huge smile. Pilot Victor Glover, the first black astronaut to fly to the moon, a Navy test pilot and father of 4, bringing calm leadership and infectious enthusiasm. Mission Specialist Christina Koch, record holder for the longest single spaceflight by a woman, 328 days on the ISS, and now the first woman to fly to the moon. And Mission Specialist Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency, the first Canadian ever to leave Earth orbit, a fighter pilot and geologist who represented international partnership perfectly. These 4 weren't just astronauts. They were explorers, scientists, storytellers, and pioneers. Together, they represented the best of humanity, diversity, courage, and curiosity. As they lifted off, the world watched in awe. The SLS rocket thundered to life with 8.8 million pounds of thrust, more powerful than the Saturn V that carried Apollo. Orion Integrity soared into the sky, perfectly on time. The crew spent the first 2 days in Earth orbit, running system checks, testing life support, and getting used to zero gravity. Then came the critical translunar injection, TLY, burn on day 2, a powerful engine firing that slung them out of Earth's grip toward the moon. For the next 4 days, they coasted through deep space at speeds up to 25,000 miles per hour. They watched Earth shrink to a tiny blue marble. They conducted experiments. They even had time to joke with mission control and answer questions from kids back home. Every second was a test of Orion's systems, radiation shielding, navigation, thermal protection, all preparing for future lunar landings. Now, the main event. Monday, April 6th, 2026. Flight Day 6. This is where everything peaked. At 1:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the crew shattered the 54-year-old record set by Apollo 13. They flew farther from Earth than any human in history, reaching a staggering 252,756 miles from home. That's over 4,000 miles beyond Apollo 13's mark. Imagine being that far out, Earth looking like a distant star. Then, the heart-stopping part, the 7-hour lunar flyby. Orion skimmed just 4,067 miles above the moon's surface at its closest point, traveling at 60,863 miles per hour relative to Earth, but a gentle 3,139 miles per hour relative to the moon. For about 40 minutes as they swung behind the far side of the moon, all radio contact with Earth was lost. Complete blackout. Just the 4 of them, the moon, and silence. They used that time to stare out the windows at the lunar far side, terrain no human had ever seen with their own eyes before. Ancient craters, lava plains, towering ridges formed billions of years ago. They photographed everything, described features live, and even named a couple of craters in honor of their spacecraft and loved ones. They witnessed an Earthrise like no other, our planet dramatically rising over the lunar horizon. And because of the perfect timing of their flyby, they saw something magical. A total solar eclipse caused by the moon itself blocking the sun from their viewpoint. Victor Glover later said it blew all of us away. The crew had 10 specific science objectives during the flyby. observing color variations on the lunar surface, mapping terrain for future landings, testing how Orion handles deep space radiation, and collecting data on how the human body reacts to this environment. Every photo, every note, every heartbeat was pure gold for science. After the flyby, it was time to head home. Orion used the moon's gravity like a slingshot on a free return trajectory. No extra fuel needed. The crew spent the next few days checking systems, stowing equipment, and reflecting on what they'd just achieved. On April 10th to 11th, 2026, after 9 days, 1 hour, and 32 minutes in space, traveling over 694,000 miles total, Integrity plunged back into Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour. The heat shield glowed white-hot, parachutes deployed perfectly, and at 5:07 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on April 10th, they splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean off San Diego, California, recovered by the USS John P. Murtha. The crew stepped out smiling, waving, and already talking about the next giant leap. So there you have it, the full story of Artemis II, the mission that reignited humanity's lunar dreams. From that thunderous launch to the record-breaking flyby and safe return, it was flawless. If you're watching this with the 70 incredible images captured by the crew or mission cameras, you're seeing history up close. These photos aren't just pretty. They're the first new human views of the lunar far side in over half a century. Thank you for joining me on this journey. The moon is calling, and Artemis is answering. What's next? Mars, permanent lunar bases. The future is ours to write. Stay curious, keep looking up, and remember, we are the explorers.